Bergblom Johnson. I am an actor, a performer, a writer. I do a lot that is in the arts. I also have a visual practice. Today, I am going to take you through my own warm-up. So I'm getting ready, we're pretending, to be on a stage and invite an audience to join me on a journey. And right now, I'm coming to you cold. By cold, I mean I'm not warmed up. I'm not ready. I don't feel comfortable yet on a camera or on a stage. I might look comfortable. The reason I look comfortable is I've been doing this a very long time. This first exercise is one where we're just going to practice a little bit of breathing. We're going to practice making sure that we're really filling our lungs, that we're holding the space for ourselves in our own bodies. This sort of breathing helps you to have the most oxygen circulating, and it's also kind of relaxing. It's sort of a way to become more in touch with yourself right now, more ready to do this thing where you sort of set part of yourself aside and you step up onto a stage. So I'm gonna, to start, put my hand on my stomach. And I don't know if you have a body that looks like mine or a body that looks differently, but I'm just gonna say all bodies fit. So whatever your body looks like, you're valid. So I'm finding where if I breathe in, I have my stomach go out because we want to be having the oxygen you're breathing take up space. Just like we want you to take up space. So breathe in. So we're breathing in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4. In, hold, that felt kind of nice. I think that feels kind of nice. Because it feels kind of nice, I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to invite you to do it with me one more time. Hold. Out. That feels good. For me, I feel more ready to be with you. So I just told you that I feel more ready to be with you, to be on a stage. And it's true, I do. I feel more ready. But I think there's some ways that I can get even more ready than this. So I'm going to do an exercise that I do sometimes. All of these, to be honest, are exercises that we often do in a quiet corner of a dressing room or backstage in a spot where nobody's around, which means then that none of this is stuff we're used to doing in front of a camera or necessarily in front of other people. So I'm being brave so that you have some access into some of these techniques, but know that you don't have to do them with other people watching. Maybe if you're in a classroom watching this right now, you might put your backs to everyone else. So I'm going to invite you to take your hand, wiggle it around a little bit. So you're wiggling your hand. That might look like your fingers shaking like mine are. I'm kind of just going through as if I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flip it around. So now I have kind of that classic dramatic gesture. And then I can find other movements that a hand can do. I can point my hand kind of towards myself and leave my fingers splayed out, or I can put my hand in a more tight position up and down. I'm finding a stretch in my wrist And I'm just really acknowledging how that stretch feels. I'm feeling the stretch as I move. And so because we have two hands, I'm gonna do the same thing with my other hand. So here's my hand, here's my fingers. Move my fingers about. If you feel like you want to move them in a different pattern than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, move them in that different pattern. And then flip around so that I'm at a big dramatic gesture, and then flip outwards. I might be moving slightly differently than I was in the previous one. You might not do the exact movement as I call it out because you find there's something you want to do and how you're feeling this stretch in your wrist and in your hand. I notice that my hand sometimes is a little stiffer on the left side. It's a little bit different than on the right. I notice my hand on the right, which you can't see, starts getting chatty. It wants to move as its friend moves. So know that you're just hanging out with yourself. The point of this is to feel alive in your own body. The point of this is to be here right now. All right, and you might hit a point where you're like, okay, I'm done with my hand. All right, the hand's fine. You could do your shoulder. So that might look like shoulder goes up, shoulder goes down, shoulder goes up, shoulder goes forward, shoulder goes back, shoulder circles. Might do that on the other side, up, down, forward, back, big circle. You can do this with your whole hands, your whole arms, both sides. You could choose one side. You don't have to choose one body part. If you're feeling like moving your foot and really being in touch with your foot, that might be an option too. Some of this is really leaning into what feels good for you and what is helping you feel like you can be a vehicle for a character, or you can carry a part of yourself into a story on a stage. So we've warmed up our bodies a little bit. I feel more comfortable, more present. And I want to invite you into an exercise that I've done many times in many places, where I take a bit of text and get really silly with it. So I'm going to take a poem that comes from poet Emily Dickinson. One of the reasons I'm picking her is that her work has lots of layers to it. It doesn't necessarily have one meaning. That's one reason. Another reason is because of when she wrote, all of her poems are in the public domain. So I can borrow her text without stealing from her, because now it's public because of how much time has passed. So this is from a slightly longer poem, and we're just gonna play with the first line. I'm nobody, who are you? And if I were planning to read that poem or recite that poem, I'd be really working at like finding the meaning of the poem. Right now, I'm not so much trying to find the edges of what the meaning is, even though we've got an introduction. Hello, I'm nobody. Who are you? So we've got a person saying, hello, I'm nobody. Who are you? There's two people here, right? Speaker and someone they are greeting. However, because we're playing with our voices, I am hoping to play with my voice with this piece. There are so many kind of strange little lovely ways you can do this. You can pick a different text if you want to. Though for simplicity's sake today, I'd encourage you to stick with I'm nobody, who are you? Knowing that you are very much someone. You are whichever you are, and that is beautiful. And Emily Dickinson was playing with the idea of no one. If I'm no one, who am I then? So Emily Dickinson is no one. So for this, I might say, oh, I'm nobody. I'm nobody. So I'm has a special feeling. You can also take it where you're even taking vowels or consonants out. So, I'm, So I just hummed that text. I will admit I'm probably not the most tonal person, so forgive me if there's anything astray in that. If you're a trained musician, you might be like, oh gosh, please. However, we're just playing. Other things you can do. Other things you can do include to hold a part of it for longer. I'm nobody. I'm nobody. I'm nobody. Or you can even try repeating a word. Just because the word is only once in the text, how do we know? So I'm nobody. We're just finding the vocal qualities we can play with. We can also try being sharper. I'm nobody. I'm nobody. There might be a feeling behind that, but right now we're being technical. We're exploring what can our voices produce. We can also almost sing it, so sort of, or think of it as a melody. I'm nobody. I'm nobody. I'm nobody. Who are you? Or you can speed up parts. I'm nobody. Who are you? So there's some variation in these words and phrases. You get to choose how you do it. You get to choose what text you do. For now, we're going to leave this part of our warm-up aside. Thank you. Thank you so much for warming up with me. And good luck on whatever you're going to create now that you're warmed up. Now that you're ready to be on a stage to translate an emotion or a feeling or a story into a representation of a person, sometimes called the character. I am so excited that you're part of this theater journey, and I really can't wait to a time when I might perhaps hear about what you are up to. So thank you so much for warming up with me. Again, I'm Alison Bergblom Johnson, and this is a teaching artist video with the Award Way. Thank you.